Thanks for tuning into Stocks with Antonio. Man, what a day in the stock market. I'm going to be sharing some of my plays. I'm going to be sharing my opinions about some of my favorite stocks and how my portfolio is doing. So if you want to know everything that's going on with my portfolio, my views in the market, stay tuned to the end. Now let's get into it. I'm going to share a play that I saw and that I still think there's opportunity left. And right now, that's Palantir. Palantir's been getting beaten down, and I think it's getting to a point that you can make some money on it short term, right? Now, that's just my opinion. I can't tell you what to buy, hold, or sell, but I can share with you what I'm doing. A good entry point, I think, is 125 on a call, and try do it for 3 weeks out, a month out if you can. You can do a little bit shorter too, depending, how much funds you have. But I did it for a little over 2 weeks, and it went up, and I sold out of it, right? Because if it goes up a couple dollars, and you're happy with the profit, nothing wrong with taking the profit. You could put a stop loss and try to ride it higher, but that's what I decided to do. I am going to be looking into it next week. I may get into another call now. When it comes to calls and puts options, it's very risky and you can lose your money. So if you decide to do a put on a company or a call, just know that the money that you put in to do that, you could lose it all. Definitely do a stop loss, do your research. If you're newer to the stock market, I wouldn't recommend doing option calls and puts. I would first recommend building a foundation, doing research when it comes to stocks, learning before you get into anything like puts and calls, because a lot of people want to make money in the stock market. They're excited to get in and they're quick to put their money, but they're not doing the research. They see a lot of Instagram videos and things like that that could be misleading. Making money in the stock market's not easy. It takes discipline, it takes time, and you can lose money. How I started in the stock market was into my retirement accounts, and then I started putting money into my individual account, and I've been long-term investing over 10 years. And honestly, that's one of the best ways to build wealth, investing long term. Now, when it comes to investing, I'm buying good companies, right? Investing in the ETFs that track the S&P 500, investing in the Mag 7. And as you've seen, the market has gone down recently and we're starting to recover. In my opinion, I think the market wants to go higher, as you see. I'm starting to think we're getting that recovery because we have been moving higher. Look at the SPY, how much has moved up. I think we're getting that recovery, and I think we're going to go higher. I know we still have a lot going on, and people are concerned. They're seeing the high gas prices, oil still higher than before, right? We still got to see what's going to happen with Iran. There's just a lot going on. There, we might not get any rate cuts. There's a lot of things that are going on, but the big boy investors, the ones that move the market, the ones that have a lot of money, when they're investing, they're looking 6 months out. They're looking far out. They're not looking for today. They're not looking tomorrow. And I believe that even though we have a lot going on, as the weeks pass by, as the months pass by, we're going to continue to get good news where we're going to go to new highs over time. I think I'm bullish for 2026. If you've been following me, I've been bullish since the beginning of the year. And I believed in 2025 we would go higher in 26. So I'm still bullish. I think that's what's going to happen. That's why when there was a pullback, it's a great opportunity to dollar cost average, get some entry points into some good companies. Because while a lot of people are running away from the stock market, that's the best time to buy. Look at a stock that's been running up quite a bit, Amazon. Amazon in this pullback came under 200, 199 I saw it at, then 200, 201, all great entry points, 205, 210, all great entry points. And now it's run all the way up to 238. See, now people soon are going to start to get excited as these stocks run up and they're going to start buying at the very top. And they missed out on the opportunity when it was coming down. They missed an opportunity to get in at attractive levels. That's why when the markets are pulling back, especially if you're investing long-term out, meaning you don't need this money the same day, you don't need it next week, you don't need it next month, you're investing for the next 5 to 10 years or longer, these are great opportunities on these pullbacks. If you're already invested in some of these companies that I'm talking about, dollar cost average on the dips, work on increasing your share count because that's what's going to help you build your wealth, right? Having more shares in these companies that are likely to move higher. Also, when it comes to the big boy stocks, and I call the big boy stocks like the Mag 7, these companies are going to recover quicker than the small caps and things like that. So one stock that I've been investing in since 2022 is Amazon. It's been a huge winner in my portfolio. It's really helped it grow. And if you've been following me, you've been seeing me when it was at 200 saying buy it, get into Amazon. Again, remember, everything I share is just my opinion. I cannot tell you what to buy, hold, or sell. So sorry for saying buy, but that's what I've been doing. I saw it as a huge opportunity, and it's been helping my portfolio tremendously. So Amazon, right now it's at 238. You can still get in it, but I will wait for a pullback. It's been running up. So if it pulls back, that could be an opportunity to get into Amazon or to increase some share count if you already hold Amazon. Amazon I'm really liking. You know I'm going to be watching Palantir. Now, some of you have left me comments saying, hey, those stocks are great, but they're, over $100 or $200 and I want to buy stocks, that are under $10, under $20, then I'm going to be talking about small caps when it comes to those price points. And there's nothing wrong with starting with those. Just understand those are greater risk. So pay attention. If you're investing in the small caps, pay close attention to the earnings. Do some research on the company. Things you want to look out for smaller companies. Are they growing, right? Is their revenue increasing? How are they doing when it comes to their earnings? What's the forward guidance? If you see that those things are good, then you have better chance of making money in the small caps. One that I've been investing in is SERV Robotics, ticker symbol SERV. I believe this one will come up. Now, right now hasn't really recovered too much. It's under $9, but I've seen SERV Robotics. If you look at the chart, been close to $15. So it has an opportunity to run up. Imagine if you get it under 9 and it runs up to $12, $13, right there you'd be in the green. Now, some of you that are watching are not so concerned about investing in long term. Now, I do both, right? But if you bought SERV Robotics, for example, under 9, you're patient, you hold it, and it starts to recover and goes up to 10, 11, 12, 13, you could sell it for a small profit, increase your capital, and you can move it into a bigger stock or another opportunity. So that's something that you could do to try to grow your capital and be able to invest more in different companies or grow your money to buy more shares of some good companies. So that's another thing that you can do. But the stocks that I'm looking at, I'm going to continue to look at Palantir for a short-term play. I'm going to be doing options, very risky. But at the 125 or a little bit under, I think it's an attractive level to get in. And I believe we'll have some upside. But you have to stay up to date with the news, what's going on, because anything can impact the stock market. Stocks that I really like for long term, Amazon, Netflix, which is another one, Meta. I think these are all amazing companies that are going to continue to go higher. They're big boy companies. And if for some reason we do get a pullback in these, then I'm definitely going to continue to dollar cost average. So keep an eye right now on Amazon. I would keep an eye if it pulls back for long term to get more shares. When it comes to Netflix, believe it or not, I don't think it's at a bad point to get in. But when I got into this company, it was in the 80s and the 70s. Now it's over $100. But if you see a pullback go back under 100, not a bad entry point. And when it comes into Meta, if it comes back under $600, I think Meta under $600, it's going to be a great entry point. Now, it's just, again, sharing my opinion. If you want to learn more about the charts, if you want to become a better investor, go ahead, check out my description box. I got some a link in there. I got some index cards that can help you learn the candlestick patterns. And that's what you got to do, right? Repetition, start learning, get a trading view account maybe so you can see the charts, try to learn candlestick patterns, try to learn the names, try to get familiar with the RSI, the volume, all those different indicators that can help you short term. But if you're newer, I would recommend that you focus more on building a foundation, getting a brokerage account and funding it. But again, everything I share here is my opinion. Nothing is a suggestion for you. Buy, hold, or sell. Understand that investing carries risk. But if you want to stay tuned on my place, on the stocks I'm looking to get into, when I'm investing long term, definitely subscribe to this channel. Smash the like button if you enjoyed the video. Let me know some comments down below. If you're in the market, what do you think about some of my favorite stocks for long-term investing? Do you have these in your portfolio? Do you think these are wealth builders? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you haven't done so, hit that subscribe button and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.